Good morning and welcome to APTV. I'm very pleased to be joined this morning by Julia Stovall from Docuamtion, who has been, anybody in our community will know Docuamtion and Julia particularly because you have been with us from the very, very start, I believe. And I first met you on my first day in the business in 2019, all those years ago in Birmingham. How have you been, and how's it been going? What have you been up to since? Well, I obviously saw you face to face recently, but the last year or so, I mean, what have you been up to as a business?
Hi. I remember the 2019 conference very well, Mike. It was good to meet you. It's good to have a face and a name and put it all together. Lots been happening with Docuamtion. We post about it on all our social media anyway, but big thing for us was our office move, which was all about being upgrading really, which is what we're kind of doing as a business anyway, upgrading our premises, upgrading our the way that we work. After COVID, obviously office needs changed and we wanted to be much more in touch with what our team wanted and be able to meet their needs. So that was the biggest sort of thing for Docuamtion as a company, but we're also with a huge focus on growth. We have been constantly, we always do, developing our products in line with new innovations and technology. So working with the APA is brilliant because we get kind of feedback from the community as to what's important to them, what the pain points are they're processing with their processing, and we can feed that back to the team and developers and start working on that really early doors, really early stage, so that we can start delivering that within part of our solution. So it's been an exciting year. Our year, interestingly, is a sort of a June to June year. So it's quite good for me to talk now because I'm talking for the next year and my year only started in June. So it's all very exciting. That's the headlines, basically.
And I know from obviously what I've seen on social media, the conversations we've had, you're very collaborative as a company, and it's always about best outcomes, isn't it, for your customers? I know you take customer service very seriously. And I notice you've partnered with a lot of other companies as well to deliver an even better solution over the last 12 months. And I'm guessing that won't stop, will it? You've got new things coming, and I'm sure we're looking forward to hearing about that in the coming months. But in terms of, you've been out and about with us all year, you've been at every event. How did you were at a conference recently. How did you find the conference, our first ever gala dinner?
Well, separating the two, because one was, they're very different animals, aren't they? Conference was brilliant. It was great to have some more space. And the way that it was designed and laid out physically was great. And then also the way the agenda worked gave us lots of time to speak to people that we already knew, meet new people, and really cement those relationships. So that was really good. The gala dinner, that was amazing. I mean, blew my socks off. It was great fun. And, it was so good to see the awards being showcased, really, and everybody really spent, being able to spend some time not thinking about trying to go home because it's the end of the day and all that kind of thing, when we've had that like that before, to actually have it where we can sit down, relax, have a drink, and actually celebrate all these people that are fully deserving of the great awards. So yeah, it was a really good event, and I hope it's going to take the same format next year, but bigger and better.
Well, I'm very. Well, you heard it here first. Yes, we will be continuing with the gala dinner format, and as you quite rightly say, the two events are entirely different and separate, but they're for, like all of our events, for the benefit of our members and our community. And it's so nice to be able to see people enjoying themselves with their peers, learning together, drinking, having fun. I thought Des was brilliant as well. Des Coleman, big shout out to Des. Thank you for such passion and energy. It was great. For everyone else who made the night such a special night, including Docuamtion and our other sponsors, with whom we cannot do half of what we'd even attempt to do as an association. Thinking about your year ahead, I mean, we go pretty much from conference to conference ourselves, almost aligned to your business cycle. We're looking forward to next year now, and we have an event coming up at the House of Lords. You will be there. It's a select event for our key influencers and our members and our partner community. In terms of, I don't want to spoil the event. There's lots coming up throughout the day. You'll see it all over social media. The event is now full. But in terms of your roadmap for next year as a business, do you want to say anything about what you've got coming up? Can you say anything about what you've got coming up?
Yeah, there's things I can talk about and things that I can't. But big for us is rolling out our web services connector, which is a new part of it. It's not a new product, but it's part of our product, and it means that we can integrate with any API enabled software. We already integrate with every ERP finance system there is, but we can now do that with other software that might be bespoke to a particular company or have a specific function that is absolutely unique to that industry, whatever. So that's a really nice sort of win that we've been working on for a while. We've got some new development around using AI and machine learning around data capture and coding and that kind of thing. So that's going to be around soon for everyone to see. And our biggest focus for 24 is sustainability. I mentioned earlier about our moving to offices that are better suited for our team, and it's all about our team well-being, but that extends out to our community and our customers and everything else. So we've been reporting our carbon footprint for 2 years now, and we're now starting to report on our social part of the ESG strategy and our governance part, and that pulls in both internally, externally and product-wise, and there'll be stuff being announced around that shortly. But that's the most exciting part of it for me. The fact that we've always taken it seriously, our team well-being and looking after our customers. It's always been part of our ethos and who we are, but actually being able to talk about it, report on it, be measured on it, and actually have it as part of our fundamental business is really important for us. And that's really watch this space stuff.
Quite rightly, you've been a very responsible company for a number of years, but having it as a part of your core DNA as a business at every level, I think is the secret to making it actually work, as opposed to it just being a stick and plaster approach for certain things, whether it be fuel or transport or telecoms or something. And yeah, your swanky new office is very, very efficient in every respect, isn't it? I know it's part of a groundbreaking new development not far from our own head office in Petersfield. So is it Portsmouth or Plymouth? Where are you? Southampton, sorry,
yeah. It's got some great facilities. So we did a cycle to work scheme, for instance, and we've got cycle workshop in the basement, showers, all this kind of thing. There's bikes you can use that belong to the building. So if you don't even have your own bike, you can use that bike. It's got electric chargers for parking should you want to drive in. Although we encourage everybody to use public transport now because we're right in the centre and it's easier actually to do so. So yeah, it's really good, really lovely environment to work in, bright, airy, lots of windows. Yeah, fabulous, really nice. Everyone loves it.
I wish I don't know. I wish I could. I'll come and see you, definitely. I want to come have a look.
You have to come.
I know we've got an event planned in not too far away. Again, all to be revealed shortly. But yeah, looking towards next year, much the same. A lot of challenges coming around compliance, ESG, and sustainability are big issues for our members. I'm looking forward to unpacking that with you in APTV and in all the ways that you engage with us, both face to face and in the online space. And I know you'll be putting lots of good content through to the member hub in due course. But before we close, is there anything else that you want to just mention or touch upon apart from what we've already covered?
Only really to say thank you really to the APA, because it gives us such a great insight to what's important in the AP world. And without partnering with you guys, we wouldn't have that sort of lifeline straight into people actually doing the job and hearing their pain and understanding how we can make it better. And that's basically what it's all about for us, supporting our customers and making sure we understand all the pain points they're going through, all the processes they're struggling with, and what they actually need as far as reporting and that kind of thing's concerned. So really just a thank you for all the work you do and including us.
Julia, as ever, thank you very much. We're going to wrap it up there. You will see Julia and the Docuamtion team throughout 2024. We haven't quite discussed where and how, but it's coming and we will be announcing that shortly. So thank you once again to the Docuamtion team for your ongoing support since our formation all those years ago. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.